Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of Sari Baatein and hope you are doing good and keeping yourself safe. I know and of course you're enjoying your Saturday as well, and I hope that you are safe and yeah, stay healthy, stay at home. And yes, today it's a bit of weird time because it's 9, but I have a very special guest with me, and I'm so excited to have her here today. She's joining all the way from the. Yeah, let me just let her in. Yeah, let me just let her in. Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Tanmana. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Yeah, hope you're doing good.
Yes.
So yes, ma'am. So I was discussing about today's episode, and today's episode is all about how sari can be a sustainable choice for your future or for your tomorrow. And to discuss that, I have a special person with me. She has joined us all the way from United States, and that's the reason we are having the show at 9 today. And yeah, so let me introduce ma'am you first. So she is a die-hard sari fan, as she says. And besides being in the state, she has upheld the tradition and upheld the whole culture or tradition of wearing saris. And she has influenced so many. And she has been quite vocal about sustainable clothing and how actually handloom and saris can change the entire landscape. What we think about sustainable fashion, and especially when it comes to Indian garment. So yeah, to discuss all that, we have Anu ma'am with us. So welcome, ma'am, to the show.
Thank you.
It's
You
such
can
a
call me
pleasure to have
Anu.
you. Yeah,
You can
yeah,
call me Anu.
ma'am. Yeah, welcome Anu to the show. So,
Thank
ma'am,
you.
yeah, how did this journey start? How did you think of deciding to start this account and be vocal about sustainable fashion, about handloom? So, is it your passion, like a long time passion, or it's a newfound love?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me in your live
Thank
and
you.
talking about something important that we all believe in. So thank you again. Well, the journey itself started way long. Me and my sari, I connected with sari much early in my life. I wore half sari to school, and whenever I got a chance, I wore sari. I think my first sari that I owned, apart from borrowing from my mom and wearing my own sari, my mom gave me when I was in my eighth grade. So I used to wear sari whenever I got a chance. I never shied away from wearing one, even though I was very young. I could, get away with a half sari, but I chose sari always. So from then on, I always collected saris, but I never had exposure about, other kinds of sari other than Kanjivaram and whatever I got in South India, all the power loom. And I don't know if you have been to Chennai, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
area where we have all these big sari stores. I live very close to the main
Okay.
area, so I always visited those stores, and whatever I liked, never bothered to learn about those saris. Whatever I liked, I used to buy and wear and drape them. And even when I went to work, when everybody was like going towards wearing Western wear to work, I chose to wear saris at least once a week.
That's
Um,
good.
so
Yeah.
I love saris, and those who know me, they know that I love saris and I love wearing them and I like buying them. So I kept doing that even after moving to the US. But my reach was very less because I don't travel to India too often.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I visited only, you can count with fingers, so many times only have been to India. So my reach to saris are very limited. So I relied on online sites to buy my saris. And without any knowledge, I kept buying whatever I liked until recently, maybe 3 years ago. And then slowly, I started. Instagram became the thing. So I signed up for Instagram and I started following all these people who were talking about handloom. and different kinds of sari. Until then, I had no idea about, Orissa has so many different kinds, right? So my knowledge increased about all the different weaves. And I always wanted to, showcase my love for saris in the public forum, but I never had the guts. I was very conservative of, not even showing my picture in WhatsApp profile picture. I was like that. But then last year beginning, I opened my thought process, I should say. I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I wanted to put my it was like a hobby. I thought, okay, let me just start this Instagram so I can channelize some of my free time energy to this, because I enjoyed more than my office work. This gave me pleasure. So I started this Instagram page, and then it was just the timing. The pandemic happened, and I had more time in my hand. And I learned. I went to classes. Hema ji from Punerjeevana had classes during that time, so I had joined her classes. It was like eye-opening experience to learn everything about all the weaves. She went in deep, and that was a great learning experience. I started collecting sarees of the time since then. So that's how this all started, and it's been a year, a little over a year since I started my Instagram. I believe people liked the sarees that I'm wearing. I'm so sorry for the background noise. I live in a very noisy street. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
So this is how it all started. I gave you a big lecture about how it started.
No, ma'am, but I think it's really important to do what we like. So it's good that you started, and most importantly, the information that you passed through your account about sustainable fashion, about the various weaves, it's really interesting, and you look lovely in all your sharings. So, so ma'am, so do you consider now that you are there, you are very, as you said, you always used to wear one day at least sari to your office. So do you consider that somewhere sari has become an identity for you?
I think so, because I mean, whoever knew me knew that I love sarees. All the few hundred people I know in my life, they all know that I love sarees. But I think it has expanded, and now all my Instagram member followers and my family over there knows that I love sarees. I even make whoever, my colleagues here, I make them wear saree on occasions. For Diwali, when we celebrate at work, I encourage my colleagues to wear sarees, and I share my sarees with them and ask them to wear it. And they've worn, and we've had so much fun. Everybody loves it. Saree is such a beautiful attire that nobody can hate it. You look beautiful if you drape it. Whoever it is, right? You wear it, and all of a sudden you become beautiful, and it gives that, the graceful look to anybody. And I have heard the same thing. Whoever wore one, right? That's the comment I've always used. Beautiful, and the jewelries and all the accessories that we wear makes it. Yeah.
So that's so great of you. So you influence so many, even even the foreigners. I mean, who are not from India, you have influenced them. Nothing great than it. So, ma'am, so that now, if I have to move to sustainable fashion, of course, I think at this point of time, the necessity of sustainable fashion has actually it has highlighted since the pandemic has started, and we know that we have exploited our nature so much, and at least in India and abroad as well. I mean, in many areas, we see that there are a lot of natural calamities also, which is happening, and people say that it's man-made disaster. I mean, at least a scientist. So, ma'am, how do you consider, sari being a sustainable choice for the future?
It's a very important topic you touched, Tanmana. I'm glad you brought it up, because this topic has been in my mind for some time now. Honestly, I have to be honest. I was not doing anything sustainable when I started this account, or even last few years with my purchases, right? Minded shopping has been there with me. And I live in the US. This is a consumer-based market, it's a capitalist society. So we are all like always, sale everywhere, and we are tempted to buy. And I'm sure India has changed that way too now. So many
Yeah.
shopping options, right? So we are all buying mindlessly, and I was buying mindlessly. At least last 5, 6 months, I have, consciously made an effort to not do that. It was a no, no, I consciously do this even today, because last 1 year, when I started this account, when I got to know about all these saris, I wanted to buy all of them. And Instagram is a great place. It's a great marketplace to buy.
Yeah.
Thanks to them, but not also thanks to them, because they are also making this place fast fashion, right? That encourages fast fashion, which we all should think about when
Yeah.
we are buying stuff. So Saree itself is a sustainable attire, okay? It has been. It's a time-tested attire. All our previous generation, our grandmas and everybody wore it, but they had capsule wardrobe, right? Not thousands or hundreds sarees, not even that in their lifetime also. They buy even today, right? Not even my mom, when she buys, she will not. She even scolds me like, "Why are you buying so much? You don't get the value out of it. There is no paisa vasool for whatever you're paying. You won't wear it so many times to actually get the full value out of the money, right? So the number of items that we buy should be reduced, and the quality of the things that we buy should be paid attention to. So sustainable, right? When it comes to any garment, there are three things that have to be sustainable.
Yeah.
One, how sustainable is it to the earth? And then how sustainable is it to the sellers, right? If we keep, if there's more demand, they are going to adhere to unsustainable methods to create your product. So how
Yeah.
sustainable is it to the seller and the creator, and how sustainable is it to a buyer in terms of financially, right? Financially, is it sustainable by holding so many garments? Is it going to work, or are you going to think about it and have a sustainable way of buying few items which are worth, and buying few things that can be reused many times, so you get full value of what you're buying, right? That's it all together. To me, is sustainability. All the three things have to be put in thought when you're buying something. It's a very hard thing to do. Okay, I'm sitting here and giving passion, but it's a very hard thing to do, because Instagram, or at least to me, right, I rely on online sources to buy. Instead of one model, when I go to Tinagar, I see one model of Pothis showing up a sari, and I get tempted for a moment, and I just move on. But when it comes to online, there are 1,000 models. When you scroll, showing, your mind is trained to look at them and buy, right? So that is another thing I keep posting these days, that cut down on my activity in Instagram. I've cut down a lot, because I go there, see the important things, and have a quota. Okay, I have enough of information for today. I'm going to focus on real life, right? So that is another thing I'm talking about, apart from mindful shopping. How are you getting influenced? Because if
Yeah.
I am an influencer, I don't want to be an influencer. That is a different thing. You will get influenced one or the other way with all these online forums, right? So it is a very important topic. Sustainability right now have to be in everybody's mind. We've all like gone too far, way too
Correct.
far in terms of shopping. Uh,
So
I'm trying to
basically,
really hard to practice. I know how difficult it is, but I think we should all make an attempt to do that.
yes. So, but basically, it is mindful and conscious choices that we have to make while we pick something,
Absolutely.
and it's always important to wear and rewear, and I think buy consciously rather than just running behind stores. Just buy a particular garment, and you can just buy a good garment instead.
Yeah.
Which is worth. Yeah, yeah, that's such a great idea that you have shared. Ma'am, so, when it comes to sari, I think sari is not just a garment, I think it's a timeless love, and I would say that it is a craft which has been crafted, especially when it comes to handloom saris. So how do you think, if we are adopting this timeless love, and if we are sharing this with our friends or influencing others to wear it, how do you think we are actually contributing towards a sustainable future?
Right. So, I mean, Saree is beautiful. Okay, I can talk about sarees all day. It's so hard, but and it's one of the attires you can have, which is very forgiving. I put on so much weight in the last 1 year, and I can still reuse the same saree. Right? You cannot do that with a jean or a t-shirt. You can't
Yeah.
remove stitches in your blouse. You can remove stitches and wear. So
Yeah.
it's an amazing thing to wear for your daily use.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much in here these days. At least, even I don't know, in India, everybody is able to wear sarees like this. Salwar, yes, it's awesome. I wear salwar to my work here. You know, everybody is used to it now. Uh,
Okay.
so that's great. The saree is also another thing which is very forgiving, and it's a piece of.
Okay.
Well, lost you for a bit.
Okay. Okay. Now, yeah, it should be fine. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then, like I said, I learned about so many different kinds of weaves all over India. You know, one small country can produce so much craft in one just in one garment. I mean, so many
Yeah.
different crafts are there in India. But with
Yeah.
just the sari, the different styles that you can drape it in, and
Yeah.
all the different weaves, and on top of the weave, the design that we do, it's just the creativity is top notch when it
Yeah.
comes to saris, right?
Yes.
And I would love, sorry,
No, absolutely, ma'am. That's what I was saying.
yeah, and thanks to Instagram, because it has made all this global. Not only Instagram, any other social media platform has made them all available for a global customer base, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's great, that way the reach is more. Many people will appreciate the true value or the craftsmanship.
Yeah.
So all these platforms can be utilized wisely. Then it's a
Yeah.
hit for our craftsmen in India. So we should all encourage. We should stay away from power loom and I mean try not to, right? Because that is also being done by somebody and it's feeding some family. So I'm not against power loom, but I believe the way handloom is produced is more sustainable. It's proven, time tested. So I would vote for power loom. Handloom over
Handloom, ma'am.
power loom. Not
Yeah.
only sarees, right? So many crafts are
Yeah.
there. You know,
Even
I would
home decor, home
support.
decor, and home decors, the
Exactly.
shawls,
Kids wear,
dupattas.
men wear,
Yeah.
home
Yeah.
decor.
Yes.
The
Yes.
same
Yes.
footprint can be in your curtains, right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes, absolutely, ma'am. So
yeah, yeah.
I mean, when it comes to India and when it comes to textiles and craft, I think there is no dearth of options. There is so much.
So much, the creativity is it's too good, it's beautiful. And everybody loves it. I can see here many people buy bedding, right? The quilts. They're all
Yeah,
from India. They're all from India.
yeah,
People love it. So the reach is good. Now at least the visibility is there.
yeah,
People should consciously buy and buy things that are of value. Price, even if price is a little higher. Choose
yeah,
worthy products and
yeah.
encourage all the small business. And thanks to small business also, we are not relying on one person to sell them. There are so many
Correct.
small businesses who bring it out to the society for us to consume. So kudos to all of them who have taken this as a career and doing this. I love
Yeah.
it.
True, ma'am. And because of small business, I think the options have also increased. I mean, the variety of product that is being offered in online platforms or in Instagram or in otherwise even in e-commerce, I think it is just amazing now.
It's just
And there's a
awesome.
lot of
Yeah.
options. So, ma'am, as you have, proudly carried saris, and as you say that you have influenced so many to wear, even the non-Indians, you have just asked them to wear during the festivals around. So, ma'am, how do you think that the sari has somewhere become like a global identity for India, or no, like I think you are the best person to talk about it since you have spent so much of time outside.
Well, yes, yes, I would say definitely yes. Compared to other countries, I think people can identify a sari outside, at least where I have lived. They
Yeah.
know what a sari is. right?
Yeah.
And wherever when the world sees us in the media, right? That's where you get that global exposure. So when the world sees us, I believe many women choose to wear an Indian attire. More often, it's a sari. That's what I see, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
When people come here for an Oscar, or not that it's like a big deal, but everybody tend to see Oscar,
Yeah.
right?
Good to see
And
you.
when
Yeah.
competition came for the Oscar, she wore a kanjivaram, right? That's
Yes.
our identity. You
Absolutely.
keep that, not wear a different attire that
Yeah.
is accepted by the place where you're going, right? Instead, she
Yes.
chose to wear sari. So I think
Yeah.
we should all continue doing that
Yeah.
when in that public light.
Yeah.
We continue to choose wearing our sari and our Indian ethnic clothes. We become that identity. That's our identity, right? And I truly
Yeah.
believe it's the case today. Many people are of choosing Indian attire than the Western attire when they're representing in India, which is
Mm-hmm.
amazing. And we should continue
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, true. And for people and for ladies like you, I think, since you were staying there and you were wearing it and you were wearing it so proudly and even to your workplace, that was quite surprising for me that that you are wearing that for workplace also. I think that's
So
quite
many
rare because,
questions. Salwar I wear every Friday, no, luckily I've been in places only where there are a lot of Indians.
yeah,
So there's a good population, even at workplace, Indian population.
yeah,
So they are not surprised by a salwar or a sari anymore. I don't know about other places in US, and it may not be the case, but I've just been lucky to live in the place where there are a lot of Indians, even in the area and in the workplace. So I've taken full advantage of that to wear whatever I want.
So, ma'am, I think because of you and ladies like you, it will definitely, it'll shine more and it's definitely a global identity for us now.
Definitely, I will
Yeah.
always support that. I
Yeah.
wish I could just go to grocery with a sari. I mean, when my mom comes, she's wearing sari and coming to a grocery store. She's not going to change into a
Yeah.
jean for me, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I should do that too. But I've not started. I do it once in a while, not all the time. I did some last year. I wore it outside, but I think I should do more. Keeping it, as a daily wear when I go out instead of a different Western wear. I will try
Yeah.
to do that, but this 1 year has been great for me in terms of spending my time learning about saris and taken a diversion and not only saris that I talk about and wear and post. I've also taken time to make sure when I
Yeah.
post something, I always put a disclaimer. Please shop mindfully because I'm having. You don't have to have it.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I've seen that. I've seen that. You specially mentioned that.
yeah.
And that's
So
what caught my attention. Yeah, that's such a wise thing to do, and I think keep sharing it more and keep wearing it more.
definitely.
Yeah. So thank you so much, ma'am, for this conversation. It was an absolute pleasure, and thank you for taking out time for us. I think it's early in the morning there, and yet you just took out your time from your busy schedule for this discussion, and we are really
Absolutely.
grateful.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure. Talking about Saree, I can do for another 1 hour or all day. So, it's my pleasure to be here and talk about all these things that I love. And so
Yeah.
thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, and keep doing whatever you love.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Tadmana. Have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, same to you. So yeah, have a great day ahead, ma'am. Bye. Bye, ma'am. Bye.
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 Bye.